Hello and welcome to Edukemy's YouTube channel and editorial discussion for 2nd May 2022. My name is Harsh Singh and in this video we shall discuss two editorials, one from The Hindu and the other from Indian Express, both of today, and both the editorials have been written by important ex-bureaucrats, one of them being the ex-National Security Advisor and the other being ex-Foreign Secretary. And both of them speak about the possibility of the Third World War and how India should be responding in this moment. This editorial is important from the perspective of India's security, diplomacy, international outreach, and therefore a very important editorial. And if you like this initiative, share some love through likes, comments, and shares. Let's discuss. The editorial begins by saying that all around the world, important countries which have important stake, they have started to speak of a third world war, the possibility of a nuclear warfare as well. And none other than Russia has begun to speak of this. It is in the light of USA, which is exporting a lot of weaponry, and also NATO exporting a lot of weaponry to Ukraine. Those kind of weaponry which they were not exporting previously. Now these lethal weapons and the other kind of equipments and devices being sent to Ukraine. Now this is where Russia says that America and NATO are using Ukraine as a proxy and continuing an extended war against Russia. And this is not making Russia happy about the state of affairs. And Russia has started to say, with the help of its foreign minister or ex-president, that these kind of situation one should not underestimate and be inconsiderate about the possibilities that Russia has. Russia could engage with the help of nuclear weapons and hypersonic missiles as well. Only lately Russia conducted an ICBM test of Sarmat missile, and this is a very unique kind of missile which has got 10 warheads inside the same missile itself. In fact, in fact, Russia has also mentioned that these two countries, Sweden and Finland, they must not join NATO. In case they join NATO, then there's a possibility that Russia will be making this area, the whole Baltic area, non-nuclear free, and possibly might use hypersonic missiles and nuclear weapons. So these kind of threats being accorded by important persons in Russian ministries and defense, this is something that is threatening. Now, this is one side of the story. On the other hand, there is also a story which is going around that the talk of a third world war is a hyperbole. Hyperbole means overstatement. It means that there's a possibility of exaggeration while we speak of third world war. Why so? Let's understand. See, first of all, the first time nuclear weapons were used, small weapons, yet they caused huge damage for times to come in Japan, and therefore this usage of nuclear weapons has been treated as a taboo ever. And secondly, that countries around the world have developed potentials. Now if USA is using these kind of possible threats, then Russia and China combined have got more nuclear warheads than USA and other developed worlds. Therefore there is a possibility of instant retaliation, and therefore none of the sides will use the nuclear bombs. And also the destructive potential of these bombs has increased drastically, and they could possibly cause damage to the earth multiple times over if used. Now the third reason is that not everybody thinks that Russia has been at the end of the crime. What has been usually said as empire of evil by ex-presidents of USA, everybody does not consider Russia to be such. Many countries do consider that Russia has been a victim of these situations where it was asking the European nations not to become a part of NATO, yet they were violation of treaties. So not everybody is concerned and convinced about Russia being the possible threat. Therefore, not everybody will side USA. And America and NATO should not be the judge, jury, and executioner of all the judgments that they pass on. Therefore, not everybody is happy about the possibility of USA in introducing a warfare and the world supporting it. And moreover, Europe, all the European countries, they're concerned about not a war but their economy before anything. Corona pandemic had struck and they want to bring back the economy, and over and above, now this is a crisis of war, and these are the times when all the food items, be it wheat or other oil, mineral oil, etc., all of them's price has raised. The availability of fuel, we all know, is in crisis in Europe. The semiconductor manufacturing industry, which is dependent on neon industry, now neon is 50% of neon is being provided by Ukraine, and it is using neon that the fabrication device is used. right? The designing of fab is done with the help of neon gas, and this is not available because of Ukraine crisis. Now, there have been other instances also. For example, when Russia's warship Moscow was drowned, even then Russia showed restraint. It could have initiated a level of war. It was being extorted in the public arena and Russian state media as well. However, it showed firm restraint. This possibly indicates that Russia is not trying to increase escalate the war, but is trying to dismember Ukraine. That means create factions out of it, possibly create a land bridge between Crimea and the mainland Russia, right? So they want to dismember rather than completely occupy Russia or Ukraine. And these are the reasons why we might not see the third world war. So firstly, that it's a taboo to use nuclear weapons. Secondly, there is an instant retaliation, mad, mutual assured destruction happens. The third is Russia is not being looked as an evil by everybody. America was also not Dudka Dula, right? They are also not the ones who are completely absolved of any criminal activities. Then Europe is not concerned with the war, but primarily with the regrowth of the economy. And examples are numerous. And the sixth being Russia showing restraint. It is shown in the examples in which it is conducting the war lately, right? So many points talking about why this is not possibly a war. And how about India? What is India's role? What is India's stand? See, I have shared innumerable images of diplomats, of military people, of the head of the state coming to India. The the president of European Commission, a very powerful organization, coming to India. Then we are seeing the foreign minister of Russia coming to India, UK's prime minister, and then Chinese foreign minister, and then we also see many people from USA visiting in the country. Now this is all indicative of India being at the helm of affairs in this international situation. Many diplomatic and military people coming to India. This is showing that India is in a position of tactical advantage. Now this advantage India must harvest by exploiting the economic potential, the technological transformation that India needs. So, whether it be technology, science technology, economy, or development of international relations, India could be at the top. Now, how? Let us understand this. See, India Russia relationships, now we are not determining our relationship with Russia on the basis of what happened in the past. We are forging new ties. See, we have studied it innumerable times that India's trade ties with Russia are not very strong. It is only strategic. Even we have started to diversify our military imports from Russia. Diversify. So this indicates that we find Russia as a formidable and important partner. We respect them, but India is quiet. But this quiet is reflected through the trend line. This trend indicates that we are growing farther from Russia. And even if we do not condemn Russia's aggression against Ukraine, this is still indicating that we are growing farther. And who is then our ally? Our ally could be Europe, because see, this is not through choice that we are choosing Europe. This is through decision. Decision means we come upon a decision after eliminating the other options, just like we do in pre-exam. We eliminate options. So we eliminate the presence of Russia because their economy has gone down, because their strategic presence in international arena has gone down. Why do we eliminate China? Because China is a hegemon in itself. It is a country which is showing enough of hegemonic power against India, right? Why do we sideline USA? It is because of their domestic policies and a lot of fragility in international arena. We don't understand how good of a friend they are. But Europe could emerge as a formidable, as an important international ally during these times. See, even Russia and China ties, though it might seem that they are very strong and they are friends, and the friendship knows no bound. That's what is being said everywhere. But then if China grows its hegemonic presence in Central Asia, which Russia treats it as near neighborhood, Russia will have a problem. This is also a part of it. So therefore, we must maintain decent relationship with Russia. However, Europe is the one who can provide us technology, economy, and better international situation. They all look up to India when they speak of the Indo-Pacific region. So therefore, this is India's moment to rise. Right? Attention is being paid to India's substantive international diplomacy, and this is reflecting of how India could be the key architect of the new international order. Right? So whether it's a world war situation or a nuclear threat situation, in any case, how India should be behaving is dependent on what other countries are doing, and India is in a very strong position as of now. Now, A quick question for you, all of you. The question states, mention 5 reasons that could lead to a world war due to Russia-Ukraine crisis, and 4 reasons for overstating this kind of reality. Possibility, there's a possibility that this is overstating the reality that there'll be a world war. So 4 reasons stating that this is an overstatement, right? So, a thought and an opposing thought. You place both the thoughts here. We will understand the critical thinking that you have. All right. Now, if you like this initiative, share some love through likes, comments, and shares. And if you've got questions, please put it down in the comment section and we will ensure to get back to you. Thank you for watching.